The neon-drenched, rain-slicked world of Blade Runner is returning. A new series, Blade Runner 2099, promises to expand the universe we first entered over 40 years ago. But following a masterpiece is a dangerous game. The original 1982 film is more than just a movie. It's a work of art, a philosophical text, a defining moment in science fiction. One wrong move, one misunderstanding of its core, and the magic is lost forever. So what is that magic? What is the secret code, the essential DNA that makes Blade Runner Blade Runner? It's not just the flying cars or the replicants. It's a delicate, almost perfect balance of three fundamental pillars. To understand the future of 2099, we must first return to the past and decode the secret DNA of a masterpiece. This is our investigation. The first pillar of Blade Runner's DNA is its look. Long before cyberpunk became a household name, director Ridley Scott and visual futurist Syd Mead created its visual language. They called it future noir. It's a world of verticality. Colossal, pyramid-like buildings pierce a sky choked with pollution and acid rain. Down below, the streets are a chaotic, claustrophobic fusion of cultures, a multilingual sea of humanity navigating endless rain-slicked concrete. But the true genius is in the details. Syd Mead's philosophy was not to create a shiny, clean future, but to retrofit it. Technology in Blade Runner isn't new. It's bolted onto a world that is already old and decaying. Computer terminals look clunky, vid phones are housed in bulky consoles, and everything is worn, stained, and used. This creates a world that feels incredibly real. It's not a utopia. It's our own world, just 40 years down a very dark, wet, and crowded road. To be Blade Runner 2099 cannot be a sterile, clean future. It must be gritty, it must be layered, it must be alive with the ghosts of its own past. But a beautiful city is just a backdrop. The second and most vital pillar of Blade Runner's DNA is its soul. This comes from the mind of author Philip K. Dick, who asked the profound question, in a world of perfect artificial humans, what does it truly mean to be human? Blade Runner explores this not with action, but with questions. The iconic Voigtkampf test isn't designed to measure intelligence, but empathy. The one thing the artificial replicants supposedly cannot fake. Their tragedy is that they are born as adults with only a 4-year lifespan and a collection of implanted memories that may or may not be real. They cling to old photographs like sacred relics, desperate for a past that defines them, a past that proves they are more than just a machine. And in their desperate search for more life, they often become more human than human. Roy Batty's final monologue, his famous Tears in Rain speech, is the ultimate expression of this. A dying machine teaches a jaded human the value of memory, of seeing things you people wouldn't believe. To be Blade Runner 2099 cannot just be about hunting androids. It must continue to ask that unsettling question: who is the real monster, and who is truly human? This constant, haunting question is what elevates Blade Runner from science fiction to pure art.
If you appreciate these deep dives into the soul of fictional worlds, consider subscribing to The Future Past. Your support allows us to continue our investigations. Now, let's explore the final piece of the DNA, the one you can't see, but you can feel.
The final pillar of Blade Runner's DNA is its atmosphere. It's the feeling of loneliness in a city of millions, the quiet melancholy that hangs in the air like the ever-present smoke. Blade Runner is a slow film. It takes its time. It allows you to inhabit its world, to soak in the visuals, to feel the weight of its questions. It's a meditative experience, not an action-packed one. And the heart of this atmosphere is the legendary otherworldly synthesizer score by Vangelis. His music is not just a soundtrack, it is the soul of the city. It's the sound of lonely horns echoing between colossal buildings, the sound of futuristic technology, and the sound of a deep, synthetic sadness. It's the sound of tears in the rain. Without that specific feeling, that slow, contemplative, melancholic mood, you can have the visuals, you can have the philosophy, but you don't have Blade Runner. To be Blade Runner, 2029 must have the courage to be quiet, to be patient, and to let its world breathe with that same beautiful, synthetic melancholy. The look, the soul, the atmosphere. Any one of these pillars would be enough to make a great science fiction film. But the genius of Blade Runner is how they are perfectly fused together, creating something more than the sum of its parts. The rain-slicked noir aesthetic isn't just for show. It reflects the moral ambiguity and the sadness of the characters' inner worlds. The philosophical questions about memory and empathy aren't just debated, they are felt through the lonely, melancholic soundscape. The music doesn't just accompany the visuals, it gives them their emotional weight. It's a perfect storm of art direction, storytelling, and sound design, a cinematic ecosystem where every element is dependent on the others. And that is the monumental challenge facing Blade Runner 2099. It's not about bigger spinners, more explosive action, or even more complex replicants. The true test will be its ability to inherit and perfectly balance this delicate three-part DNA. It must be a symphony, not just a collection of familiar notes.
Ultimately, the legacy of Blade Runner isn't just in its influence on decades of science fiction. It's in the haunting questions it leaves us with, and the profound beauty it finds in a dark and broken future. It reminds us that even the most fleeting moments of existence, like tears in rain, have meaning. It's a future that feels more like a memory, a forgotten dream that continues to echo through our culture. Here at The Future Past, we believe that decoding these echoes is essential. These aren't just old movies or books. They are the blueprints of our modern anxieties and our deepest hopes for what it means to be human. If this investigation into the DNA of a masterpiece resonated with you, subscribe to our channel. And join us as we continue to unearth the incredible futures that never were.